Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the dreaded D-Rose report. Got a lot of news. Let's go. TNA is going to be sending several stars to Mexico June 18th for the AAA's Triple Mania show. The TNA star is going to be used also on AAA television tapings leading up to the big show. Some of the names are going to be Steiner, Jarrett, James, and Sky. You fill in the first names. Ric Flair reported shoulder injury, and rotator cuff tear is at the top of his shoulder, I guess, and he's unable to lift weights without much, going through a lot of pain. Flair wasn't hurting when the brutal match at last month's lockdown pay-per-view was over, though. But as noted before, Flair is putting off the shoulder surgery because he didn't want to go through about 6 months of rehab. He likes being on TV and getting paid. Who don't? Speaking of Flair, though, he recently filmed a pilot for a TV reality show with fellow Hall of Famer Roddy Piper. I haven't got any more information on that, but I'll let you know. Former TNA star and WWE star Chris Harris, he returned to action last night at the TNA live event in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Harris teamed up with Matt Hardy and lost the tag team champions Beer Money. He was Hardy's surprise partner. THQ announced during their conference call this past week that most recent Raw vs. SmackDown and new WWE All-Star game had a combined total 4 million units shipped, not sold to stores. In comparison, you got to think about that for a while. The most recent UFC Undisputed game had 3 million units shipped. THQ posted a $44.1 million loss in the fourth quarter. Hang on a second. Anyway, they posted a $44.1 million loss in the fourth quarter of their fiscal year and a total loss of $136.1 million for the whole total year. Whew. Anyway, WWE get off on something a little bit better. WWE had 14.2 million unique visitors to go to their website in the month of March, up from 13.9 million in February. While it's not official, the internal through within WWE that The Undertaker is basically retired, which explains Michelle McCool leaving to spend more time with him at home. Wrestling Observer Newsletter, which you can bet on they know what's going on, reports that Undertaker is far worse physical shape than is being let on. The officials aren't ruling Taker out for WrestleMania 28, though, which is 11 months away. But don't expect him to work another match before then. People close to Taker have talked to him about retiring after WrestleMania 28, and his streak hits 20-0. Kind of think that's what's going to happen. And then the dreaded Hall of Fame. And it could be next year, too. They could do it all at once. Anyway, as noted before, WWE is working on a scout. You guys over in the UK, look out. There's a scout in the UK that is there to look for big, muscular guys who are interested in wrestling. The scout is Drew McDonald, who competed as Big Dune McDonald during the 80s in Stampede Wrestling. WWE is looking for The Rock to make more appearances with them, including SummerSlam pay-per-view, because the difference he made in WrestleMania 27 business. And I'm kind of curious yet. I haven't seen the pay-per-view buys. I just want to see if they went over 1 million, which I think they probably did. Stan the Man with a stopwatch hand. He said Thursday's WWE Superstars on WWE.com, 19 minutes and 46 seconds of in-ring action, down last week from 26 minutes. 3 seconds. WWE shipped out 474,000 DVD units in the past month of March, which is probably what I got back here. Anyway, this is up from 211,000 shipped in February and can be attributed to the release of the True WrestleMania Story DVD. WWE Shop's website did 1,300 orders per day in March, up 821 in February. Oh, as noted, I don't know if you've noticed that on SmackDown, but As noted, but Alicia Fox, she suffered a shoulder injury during the clothesline by Karma this past week on SmackDown. There's already people talking and making comments backstage about how rough Karma is with the Divas. I don't know if you've seen him or not, or if you've seen Tough Enough or not, but Bill DeMott did not give none of those divas or wannabes or whatever you want to call them, the ladies, any slack at all on Tough Enough. He's rough with them. All right, and maybe it's good to train them that way. WWE informed some of their business partners that The Miz is going to be treated at a top priority this year, even though he lost the WWE title. Officials are looking to take not to take anything away from the focus on him. The plan all along is for John Cena to get the title from The Miz at the end of their feud. I think they like the way the Miz looks. You know, Mr. Cute, clever, clean, virgin. I don't know. All he needs to get pulled over one time for drunk driving. Anyway, Karma made her WWE Live debut last night in Dothan, Georgia. After Eve Torres lost to the champion Brie Bella, Karma came out and attacked her. Until last night, on Eve's attack, Karma previously attacked only the heels in heel divas, Michelle McCool, Maurice, and Alicia Fox. So she's kind of one of those on her own divas. On the same show, WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Steamboat came out to be the guest host and was interrupted by Alberto Del Rio. And Rio attacked Steamboat, which brought out Rey Mysterio, and then brought out CM Punk and then Kofi Kingston, and set up everything for a match later. The faces won. Oh. The angle with Jinder Mahal, or whatever his name is, the Great Khali and Ranjan Singh on SmackDown was supposed to lead to Khali turning heel. With the idea he's became too soft as a babyface and is no longer a monster that he once was. Was he a monster? Mahal and Khali are scheduled to form a heel tag team, carrying, with Mahal carrying most of the work. I guess he must be a pretty good wrestler. I'm not familiar with him at all. Former WWE star Shane Helms and his girlfriend were in a motorcycle accident near their home in North Carolina last night. Big Daddy Donnie of That Old Show reports that Helms and his girlfriend had to be airlifted to a hospital, and in addition, Helms suffered a broken leg, broken ankle, his nose, and also his nose also broken, and his jaw may have been dislocated. Helms received over 200 stitches. Donnie also reported that his girlfriend Karen broke her neck. Whew! Thoughts and prayers going out to them. Oh, I don't sound good. Stan the Man with stopwatch hand said Impact had 23 minutes, 29 seconds of in-ring action, down last week 31 minutes. You know, they do an awful lot of storyline. I mean, there's some talking that goes on TNA, and lately it's just been more and more talk. When does the Impact Wrestling start, huh? This past Thursday's episode of TNA Impact did a 1.15 cable rating, with last week's was a 1.10. First hour did a 1.06. Second hour did a 1.23, so it went up towards the end of the show, which is kind of unusual for them. They did about 1.5 million viewers. Considering the health, Hulk Hogan shouldn't be wrestling and has been told not to wrestle by his doctors. However, Hogan has wanted to do another match, and that's what the current storyline is building up to in TNA, by the way. Former WWE Tough Enough contestant Martin has been appearing at Dr. Volt's Comedy Store in Salt Lake City, Utah. He's going to be there from 1 to 4 today, but it's 6:30 now here. Wrestling Observer reports that Triple H and Shawn Waltman and The Undertaker and some of WWE creative team were all at FCW on May 4th scouting talent. And you know, Undertaker, when he does retire, he'll probably still be working for Vince. I think a lot of loyalty there. Current Raw roster member Skip Sheffield, remember him? The guy with the big clothesline in Nexus, who hadn't appeared on TV since his injury in August during Nexus Peak, wrote the following. His first lady says, "I'm on my way back." I guess I better go. I gotta go.